we use a lot the video internally into our emails, to outreach and sales love, and also into our CRM, Salesforce. We put a lot of video. It's also easier for a sales rep to tell what a deal comes in, how it occurs to sign these deals as a deal win video. It's easier for them to do it than to fill a lot of fields. So I think it's really a game changer. And we know that in the ops world, we're struggling sometimes to have all the data clean in the CRM. And I think the video could help a lot to bring some efficiency and knowledge into the teams.
This is Sales Ops Demystified, the #1 most downloaded podcast in sales operations. We invite the brightest minds in sales ops onto the show to deconstruct the what, why, and how behind rep productivity, forecasting, metrics, and all things revenue. This podcast is brought to you by Ebster, a revenue intelligence platform used to identify risk in the pipeline and score customer engagement, and is sponsored by the Global Sales Operations Association and the UK Revenue Operations Network. Hello, and welcome to another very special episode of the Sales Ops Demystified podcast. Today, we're joined by Antoine Leprince, who is the Revenue Operations Manager at EasyMovie. Antoine, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tom. Happy to be here.
So, from my research of you, it seems like your route into sales/revenue operations has actually been slightly different from other people we've had on the show. E.g., I see like an investment VC background, which I think is quite interesting. I'd like to ask why you came over into revenue operations from like the finance or investment world.
Yeah, sure. It's really different. Yeah, I worked in VC before because I like the tech company and I like finance and I'm more analytical. And when I looked at startups, I really want to deep dive and worked into startups. When I looked at jobs, I looked for some kind of jobs with some analytical part, but also with tech part because I also have a background in technical. And this is how I jump into the sales ops world first, and then the revenue ops world.
Makes total sense. Like it seems like both the analytical and the finance skills developed in the investment world could really add value in the sales ops world. Did you find, so even maybe slightly unrelated to sales or rev ops, but when you were then choosing which company to go and work for in sales or rev ops, did you like use your VC and investment analysis on that company to decide whether you should go and work for them?
Yeah, totally. And I always do that because I looked at company through a VC analytical mind. And for the fun fact, after I joined, when I joined EasyMovie, the actual VC where I worked, Ring Capital, actually invest in EasyMovie. So the job was done by the previous team. So I was more than happy to join the company. And also, I don't look really much because the VC I worked with also did it.
Yeah, I mean, that makes total sense. It's almost like being in VC is like you can like, because you see so many companies, if you do want to jump off into a business, it's just like the best place to do that from, because you're like looking at the effectiveness of all these different companies. Anyway, that's slightly aside from the topic of the conversation. Could you just break down the revenue function at EasyMovie, e.g. how many reps, whether that's sales or customer support, that you're supporting or your team is supporting, and then how many people you have in the RevOps team?
Yeah, sure. So we are currently based in Paris and New York. We have 2 offices. We have both 10 commercials, both in EMEA and both in the US. So this is for the commercial part, SDR, account executive. We have also some customer success, approximately 4 or 5 in each geographies. And today we have 3 in the revenue operation teams. I and two sales ops, because mainly we decided that the sales ops is the main people you need after a rev ops. There is a lot to do, a lot of data to analyze. There is a lot people to help grow and have the best efficiency. So we decided to have one sales ops in each geography today. So we have three.
Awesome. And what would you say is the biggest focus for the RevOps team right now?
The biggest focus, we recently refocused the full company, the entire company and the team on two main use cases, which is really the email outreach and the sales efficiency through video. So the real focus today is really to align all the team on this new strategy, to collect the data and the right data at the right moment in order to see where we have to grow, where we have to put the focus on for the end of the year and the next years, the years to come. So really, this is the main focus today since a couple of months.
Got it. And roughly how much of your time is split between sales ops and customer success ops?
In fact, there is even more marketing ops a little bit, finance ops a little bit too. And I tend to think that today the main part is sales ops, and if I could say maybe 50-60% sales ops, and the rest is more, I think, from all the entire departments, full departments, and customer success ops a little bit, but less than sales ops, definitely. Yeah.
Got it. And do you currently report into like the head of sales or like the CRO?
I report to the CEO directly, yeah, not the head of sales.
The CRO or the COO?
No, the CEO.
CEO, amazing. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, that makes total sense then, right? You can almost be like the CEO's right-hand man for like the revenue function.
Yeah, exactly. When I joined EasyMovie, even as the first sales ops, I report to the CEO, and it is why I think my job really naturally moved to a revenue ops jobs, because I report to the CEO, so I have the full picture of marketing, sales, CSM, and I tend to think that as a RevOps, I couldn't report to a head of sales because today the VP sales has only the sales department, so it will bring some silos into the ops department. And my goal is really to break the silo and bring alignment through departments. So I think it's really important that it will be reporting to the CEO or the CRO, which would be the main report.
Sure. So you think you guys at some point would hire a CRO, or are you eyeing up that role?
Yeah, I think so too.
Makes sense. Awesome. And then, so moving forward for the rest of 2021, what is like the biggest thing that you are trying to achieve?
Yeah, there is a lot of things, but I think the best thing we want to achieve is really to have the smoother process of the best customer experience. It's not that easy today because we have more and more specific teams. We have more and more complex tools, and we want to have the simplest process internally and externally, and to have really this goes really smooth. And it's really the biggest fix we want to achieve is really to align all the department on the same process and be sure that it's really smooth and easy to track and follow.
Well, it kind of makes sense, right? Because for people listening, the description of EasyMovie on LinkedIn is the enterprise all-in-one video platform enabling exceptional customer experience and employee content sharing. So it kind of makes sense that you guys are really focused on providing your customers an exceptional customer experience, because then all of your learnings can then be either built into your product or could be used as content marketing for the people that you're trying to attract, right?
Yeah, exactly. We use a lot of the video internally into our emails, through outreach and sales love, and also into our CRM, Salesforce. We put a lot of video. It's also easier for a sales rep to tell what a deal comes in, how it occurs to sign these deals as a deal win video. It's easier for them to do it than to fill a lot of fields. So I think it's really a game changer, and we know that in the ops world, we're struggling sometimes to have all the data clean in the CRM. And I think the video could help a lot to bring some efficiency and knowledge into the teams.
Totally makes sense. Alex, you want to jump in to take us a little bit deeper?
Yes, thanks, Tom, and thanks, Antoine. That was really interesting, and I really just wanted to jump into the last piece that you were saying, which was about bringing video into the CRM. And I guess, given your business, it would make sense that you might be on the forefront of that, but it's not something I've necessarily thought about much before. So, do you want to make the use case, make the sales pitch for why you should be storing videos in the CRM?
Yeah. So in the CRM, the main use case, we have three kind of use cases that we use the most in the CRM. The first one is for the sales rep and commercials to put some deal wins when they win a deal, and the deal inside also to help bringing some value during the process for the entire team, and also cross team to bring the CSM before the deal will happen. And the other one is more for the customer success team on the account level, more to have a customer review, and each quarter they will record a video and see how the claims goes well or not, having some warnings for the company to really have a quick view on this customer and clients really quickly, and do whatever we can to bring the success on it.
Okay, great. And so roughly what sort of length are those videos?
We try to do it really quick, short, and simple, because we provide templates. So it's really a template video in order for everybody to know what we're talking about at each moment. And we try to do less than 3 minutes for having more impact of the video.
Okay, thanks. And I suppose my question, so I've done a bit of data storage in CRMs, both around things like handover from sales winning deals to CS, also the QBR process, as you talked about CS, and it certainly can see it becoming burdensome, and recording a short video can make it more helpful for the team member. How do you balance that with the kind of the reportability and the sort of the data insights you could have got if you put things into certain fields? Do you do a hybrid approach, or have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, no, it's true that we do less data on the video. We have analytics on the video, so who looked at the video, how many people, how long. We also worked on a transcript in order after to work on the words and everything. But yes, we still use the field in Salesforce in order to have more reporting phases and more reporting analytics on data. So we do both. I think it's not the same. I think during the process, the sales rep have to fill in the object in Salesforce, the field, because it helps him going through the process. And after, at some key points and key stages, he will record a video, because it will be more smoothly, and because a lot of people in the company won't go into each field, because this is really sales oriented. If you want a customer success to have a look, it's better to have it in video than to go through different fields. But after, for the ops team, and I think for the managers in sales, it's really important to work with the field. So I think it depends on who people will have a look, and if it's more sales oriented or more on the company knowledge.
Great, that makes a lot of sense, and I think the way I'm sort of processing this now, I think it's a really great way to make you think what needs to be as a field in the CRM so we can report on it, and what have we just been bringing in because we felt we had to record data and all that stuff. Can we not move that to a more engaging, easy to digest format that's easier, one, for the rep to record, and two, for the rep or the follower, whoever it is, to digest? And so no, I really like that as an idea, and I think that helps push you towards being kind of lean and mean with what you're putting in your CRM, and helping reduce that kind of data paralysis when there's just too many things to look at, and so you don't really look at anything properly. I like that idea. Thank you. The other thing that was interesting is you were just talking about reporting into the CEO, and how you think obviously reporting into the head of sales would very much skew you to sales ops rather than revenue ops. And what else have you tried to do to help, as you said, to break up those silos and to help have that kind of unified workflow?
To unify, I think the role also of the RevOps is really to have the entire view of the full process and being involved in all the departments meeting, because sometimes some departments, some VP on each department want to implement a new process, a new task, and to have always the view as the impact that could have on other departments is really important. So I think the main way is really to be involved on everything, to be sure that there is no silos, or if I could say breakdown of the passage during two teams, or because now we have a lot of specific teams. It's really difficult to bring the information on one way from marketing to sales, and the other way around is really difficult to have the feedback from the sales to the marketing. So it's always to have this in both ways.
Sure, that's really helpful. Thank you. And do you have any examples of where maybe someone, either from sales or marketing or CS has come to you with an idea that might have been great on the face of it, but actually was going to negatively impact the other teams, and how you help to solve that?
Sometimes it's really to bring the information and then to put the tools on the table. I don't have a specific example today, really, where there is a huge impact, because we still have not a huge company, and we are really agile. So we deploy really. I said there could be an impact. We have to talk with the CEO, and we just bring it to the table and go very fast. So I think today we are lucky to do it really quickly.
Sure, no, that makes sense. Great. And then, so really just the last kind of question from me, which was, is there anything that just generally that you want to share, any sort of insights that you have into the world of RevOps, maybe where things you think are heading in the future, anything that you've got that might be a sort of a controversial opinion that a best practice that's maybe no longer best practice anymore, anything like that, really the floor is open to you for anything you think that's really interesting to share with the audience.
Yeah, no, I think there is one thing that it's not an easy one to address is really the organization of the RevOps team through geographies. I think it's not that easy when you have maybe the central team in one country, and after you have some people, some sales ops in other countries. Whether you decide to have to split the team and having the sales ops, for example, in the US to report to the country manager of the VP sales, or the other way around, the sales ops to report to the RevOps in another country. I think it's not an easy one. It depends a lot of the organization, on the people in place, etc. We started with a split company, and I think it doesn't work very well. And we go now more on the central way with, of course, a lot of interaction with the country manager and VP sales. But I think this is one thing we do, and it doesn't work very well. And I think it's not the easy one, but on my side, it was not the best to split the two, and better to have a central team, and after to work with the country.
Okay, thanks very much. That's really interesting. And I've seen certainly the issues with geography and how you manage resources, and there's pros and cons both ways. So I manage a team that's exclusively based in the UK. We've got a large number of our customers on the West Coast, and it just means that your working hours get quite stretched, but at least you're all on the same page. So it'd be interesting to sort of see more ways of solving that, other than just being able to add the headcount to build up teams and across continents, and really work out a good way to do that for sort of smaller growing businesses. But thank you very much for that. Tom, do you want to come back and join us?
Yep, here we go. Antoine, the final and most important question is, who in the world of RevOps would you most like to take for lunch?
Yeah, I think Rosalind Santana is a master in the RevOps. I loved because she shared a lot in LinkedIn. And what is great is not always a full article, which sometimes it's long. It's really some quick tips, and it's really really nice. And I think she mastered the ops word. So I would definitely like to have a lunch with her.
What was the surname? Sorry, it was Rosalind.
Rosalind Santa Elena.
Residence in Thailand. Okay, amazing. Yeah, well, I haven't heard of her, but we'll definitely check her out. Antoine, thank you for coming on. It's been an insightful journey into this kind of almost early RevOps function that you're building within this, it seems like, fast-growing B2B SaaS company. Sounds like a very exciting journey ahead for you and the business. So like we look forward to following along and seeing where you end up. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing your wisdom.
Thank you very much, Tom and Alex. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Sales Ops Demystified podcast. If you are listening on a podcast listening application, then please subscribe, rate, and review. And if you have any questions about the show, if you know a guest, or if you have any questions about sales operations, just hit me up at tomhunt@ebster.com. That's tomhunt@ebster.com.